A law that Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban says will help fight a pandemic. But those who oppose him say it will create the European Union's first dictatorship. Hungary has been under a state of emergency since early March because of the coronavirus. That has been extended with no time limits by a parliament dominated by the governing Fidesz party. Orban now has sweeping powers after being at the helm for 10 years.
The law is basically extending the extraordinary measures and possibilities of extraordinary measures, which is provided by the Constitution for 15 days. It's going to be the parliament that provides for it, and it's going to be the parliament who is going to revoke it anytime it wills. So any criticism that this is something that is going against the European method or the European way of using extraordinary measures is simply not true.
The new law allows Orban's government to rule by decree without Parliament's approval. It sets prison terms of up to 5 years for those convicted of spreading false information about the outbreak, and up to 8 years for those who block the government's efforts to contain it. Opposition leaders, human rights activists, as well as the Council of Europe, have all spoken out against it.
We are not talking about an abstract fear. We are speaking from experience, as we have observed in the last 10 years how the Hungarian government, with the leadership of Viktor Orban, is undermining human rights and limiting the rule of law in Hungary. So we are speaking about experience when we raise our concerns that unfortunately the COVID emergency or the COVID crisis in Hungary is being used as a constitutional moment for the government to maintain prolonged and excessive powers.
In countries around the world, governments have been imposing unprecedented restrictions, deploying the army in some instances to enforce lockdowns. But it's also raised concerns about powers left unchecked for too long if the pandemic continues. Priyanka Gupta, Al Jazeera.